I'm doing an experiment where I just make a quick video to talk about one symbol. I'm going to talk about the hummingbird really quick. The hummingbird is a symbol of life. It's a symbol of the universe. Everything that exists, every discrete entity that moves forward in evolution, so to speak, is a symbol of the universe. So with the hummingbird, the symbol is, when we watch it, we can learn from it. And it also can tell us, by how we learn from it, the nature of how we should learn from all symbols. So that's the 2 points I want to make, is the hummingbird as a symbol and what it says about symbols. So the first thing we need to know, the first point, is that the hummingbird will fly in a manner which I love to watch them. They'll fly and then stop and hover in the air, looking around, from that vantage point. Then they'll go to another one, look around from that vantage point for a while. But it never stays in one place for too long. It's constantly doing this thing. Ding, 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 ding. And then when it goes to flowers, it goes to flowers over time, because each flower has some nectar in it. It gathers that nectar. And then it moves to the next flower and gathers nectar. And once the nectar production is overcome in that flower, it goes to the next one. So it keeps moving from flower to flower. Each flower is a symbol of, if it keeps moving, it will gain more life. And it has to keep moving. If it stays at one flower, it'll die, because the flower can't produce enough nectar for just one, and it would be bad. So it keeps moving. And so that tells us about how, in a way, that's its story. It's telling a story about life in general, and it's also showing us how to regard symbols, whether they be in nature, the hieroglyphs of nature, or when we're reading a book. You don't sit there on one page and go and just keep reading over and over again one phrase or word or sentence, because what really makes the meaning is by moving and piling them up over time. So it's like, we're like hummingbirds. Sometimes we'll stop in a book and think, from that vantage point, and then we'll move on. And we should do the exact same thing in life. The real problems are caused when we stay at one symbol system, or like the blind man and the elephant, look at only one perspective and stay there. If a hummingbird stayed in one place in the sky and just beat its wings so furiously without moving to other symbols and feeding in other places, it would eventually die. If it could stay up until it used up all of its energy, it would fall to the ground. Then it would be subject to predators, blah, blah, blah. So this is like how everything I'm watching a hummingbird right now. This is too weird. It just flew up and it's hovering in front of my car. Dang. Where is it now? They're hard to keep track of. That's why it's so weird that I just saw that while I was talking to them. But anyway, this is the point I want to make. I just want to make a short video telling you about symbols. That's how they work. I can tell you about all the symbols of Earth that way. I can tell you what everything means that we do and what it says about symbols in the path of life. And that's how you figure out who you are, where you're going, where you came from, all that stuff too, and what humans are all about. So that's it. This is the shortest video I ever made. I'm very proud of myself.